all, welcome to another balcony garden tour. As per usual, I will give you some updates on the balcony, what has changed since last month, what plants are currently looking gorgeous, which ones are looking maybe a little bit more sad, which pests are present at the moment, and all the other little things. My only regret is that I could have made this video last week, because last week we still had plenty of spring bulbs that were blooming, but then there was a strong wind that came through and completely destroyed all the bulbs. There is almost nothing left, but in all cases I was including some clips of my bulbs at the beginning of every video that I posted this month, so I guess you could still see some beautiful blooms if you watched my other videos. But yeah, anyway, let's go on the balcony, let me show you how everything is looking. Okay, so starting in this corner, it's filling in really nicely. As I mentioned, it's always so empty in winter, but once the spring arrives, there's plenty of plants that wake up and bloom. For example, here I have forget-me-nots. They are blooming really beautifully, although as you can see on the leaves, there's plenty of evidence that slugs are really bothering this plant. Here is tiarella. I really love tiarella. It's a great plant for full shade, and it's gonna bloom like this until the end of the year, seriously. Even in winter, it still has some flowers on it. There are some heucheras, the purple one and this green one with the pink flowers. It's not blooming really great, but given the fact that the roots were completely eaten of all of my heucheras, because I had the wine weevil grubs, I'm still surprised that this plant is blooming and looking so good. Because as I said, there was absolutely no roots left on any of my heucheras. Beautiful hosta halcyon. Really love this this bluish green heart-shaped leaves. Here in this area, there's also a few things that are waking up. Another heuchera. This one is a little bit funny. It has sort of a trailing habit. Pulmonaria also just starting to bloom. Langwort is the common name. Still no blooms on honeysuckle yet, but it should be anytime soon now. It's looking great, it's pushing new growth. I had spring bulbs in here, and as I said, most of them were destroyed by the wind. But here we have some Miami Sunset tulips that are looking absolutely beautiful. I really love it. They have these little hairs on top, and the bottom is a little bit more purple, just like a sunset. Do you remember when I showed you that it had plenty of aphids on it? So now there's no more aphids left, not even a single aphid on it. I guess the aphids were staying here just when the leaves were in bud, because they like to stay on buds. And delphiniums already have buds on them as well, which is very surprising because I would expect foxgloves to bloom before. I have foxglove in a few places on the balcony. One is here, another one is back there. And usually foxgloves bloom before, but surprisingly, delphiniums are quicker this year. So I have 3 delphiniums that I grew from seeds last year, and I kept them, so they are gonna be a little bit stronger this year. As you can see, the stem is really thick and there's more flower buds on them. Okay, moving forward. So these guys, the pipit daffodils, they are looking a little bit sad because of the wind, as I mentioned, but I'm keeping them even though they are a little bit dry, because I guess from far, as you can see, there's still some color on them, so I'm keeping them just for the color, but soon I will have to remove them to give space to my summer flowers. But they were absolutely gorgeous. Here are some more fresh ones. They are yellow with a little bit of a white tinge in the center. The center is a little bit more creamy, the petals are more yellow. Here on my table I have some sedum. Look how gorgeously it blooms. It's amazing. I love the sedum. Keep it all year on the balcony. Moving forward, on this plant, on Dusty Miller, I have some leaf miner damage. As you can see, that's what leaf miners do. They make these little funny looking tunnels in leaves. And it's not a specific pest. It can be larvae of different pests, and they do this kind of things. I don't do really anything about them. I just pinch off the affected leaves, and usually I have them in spring on some plants. I'm not very worried about it. It just doesn't look maybe very attractive, but I pinch the affected leaves off, and usually that's fine. So I switched the ivy with the eucalyptus because eucalyptus was not very happy in here, because eucalyptus does not like the wind, and when it was here it was like smashed against the railing all the time, and I was like, it was really sad view. So I provided it with some stake so that it can stand more sturdy, so that the wind doesn't bother it as much, and it seems it really appreciated it, because look at all this new growth. I pruned it earlier this year, and I wasn't very sure about my pruning skills, and yeah, it actually worked. It's pushing new growth, so I'm happy to see that, because it's going to be more bushy this year, and also new growth on every little branch, so that's awesome. I'm gonna plant some spring flowering bulbs like oxalis, begonias, caladiums, and stuff like that. Hydrangeas, my monstrous hydrangeas. One hydrangea and another one here. She is so beautiful, and there's plenty of buds. It's gonna look amazing. I'm gonna post a picture of it from last year so that you see how amazingly she looks. Okay, a few words that I would like to say about hydrangeas. They are very, very difficult plants. If you are a beginner gardener and you bought a hydrangea that is not doing well, do not get discouraged, because it's really, really demanding plant. I always say that hydrangeas are divas among plants. They are really difficult to satisfy, and they are very, very difficult plant to grow when you are just starting your journey with plants. So I would definitely not recommend them for a beginner gardener. With hydrangeas, things can go wrong really fast. 2-3 weeks after you buy them, if you do not know how to take care of them, they will start to show the signs that they are not happy. So they will start to drop their leaves, they will start to get brown, they will start to look very, very unhealthy. So definitely, if you are a beginner gardener, maybe do not buy hydrangeas immediately, although they are very beautiful, and I can fully understand that you are tempted to buy them, but keep in mind that they are very, very difficult plants to grow. If you want to start with hydrangea, definitely not macrophylla, but maybe hydrangea paniculata, that I'm going to show you in a moment. Mine is not looking great at the moment because paniculatas bloom a little bit later in the season. So as I mentioned, among all of these spring flowering bulbs that I just planted around my hydrangea, there is my hydrangea paniculata. It's not looking like much, and it's blooming a little bit later than hydrangea macrophylla, so that's why it's just starting to leaf out. But yeah, hydrangea paniculata definitely is an easier one to grow, not demanding at all, and grows on new wood, so whatever happens to it in winter or however badly you prune it, it's still gonna bloom for you. So here I have a bunch of stuff. I still need to make some little cleanup in here. I keep a lot of spring bulbs, as you can see. I'm charging, they are charging, I'm not charging them, but they are charging, accumulating energy, and I'm gonna soon cut them back and plant something else in these pots, but I leave my spring bulbs a little bit everywhere. I allow them the time to charge so that they bloom for me next year. Asiatic lily, Forever Susan, has beautiful orange flowers. There are some buds in it, so soon. And yeah, a bunch of stuff and supplies. I'm yet to clean this corner. Here are my fruit bushes. So blueberry starts to have already some flowers on it, which is amazing. The other one as well, plenty of flowers, so so far so good. And the same with white currant. Thank you for joining me today on this balcony garden tour. I hope that you enjoyed it. In May, I'm gonna continue to post 2 videos a week, just as I did in April. I will share with you all the balcony garden projects that I'm up to, so everything that I plant on my balcony, how I maintain it. So I hope that you will enjoy these new videos as well. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!